Today I'm just going to do a quick test of the pipe that I installed the other day, the SC project from AliExpress. I got a lot of comments asking how loud it is with the dB killer in. So the dB killer is out currently, like you saw in the last video, and we have the trusty decibel meter set up in the same position. So I'm just going to turn it on, do an idle test, and then put the dB killer in and then do another test, and then I will go out for a ride and cut between the two. So let's start it up. Okay, so it's hovering around 88 to 90. The bike's fairly warm. I rode about an hour ago, so it should still be decently warm. Yeah. Okay, so idle 88 to 90. Okay, so the sound is smoothed out quite a lot. In the initial startup video it was really loud and raspy, especially in the garage, and I thought it was a bit too loud, honestly, but now I've ridden it full open wide taps for like 2-3 days, and it's bed in quite a bit, and it sounds really nice at idle now. Nice, like, deep burble to it. So let's put the dB killer in quickly, which is literally just this and this, and see what it sounds like. Hopefully I don't burn my fingers, and hopefully this little screw doesn't fall into the pipe and get lost forever. Okay, got it. Okay, let's see, still recording, yeah. Okay, so what was it? It was 88 to 90 at idle. Okay, it's very audibly softer, quite a lot. I can talk, I can hear myself talking. Okay, so it's hovering around 83 to 85, so it's about 5 decibels softer on idle with the dB killer in. It's rattling quite a bit. Okay, so it's going up to 92. Say 92, 93. It's pretty soft. Standing here directly behind, really soft. I'd say it's a little bit louder than idle, especially when you rev. Still sounds pretty good though, I must say, but it just doesn't have that deep burble. So yeah, the dB killer definitely cuts down a lot of the sound at idle. Had a few comments asking about their local sound regulations and racetracks and whatnot. At idle, definitely it's maybe 5 decibels louder than stock, so perfectly fine. But yeah, I will cut to some road footage now so you can hear the difference between the two. Okay, so this is the stock exhaust. I mean, not the stock exhaust, the baffle in. It's pretty quiet. Kind of sounds like the stock exhaust. Just with a little bit more bass to it, but more sound. But it's pretty quiet. I think if you were worried about noise restrictions in your area or at your track, I think the baffle in will be perfectly fine. It's pretty quiet. Let's open the visor. So it still sounds pretty nice, definitely nicer than stock. The stock exhaust definitely doesn't sound like this when you rev it. Okay, eyes are closed, let's get a little bit of speed going. So yeah, it doesn't sound bad at all, just not as loud. There's some pops coming out the exhaust. Very manageable. Definitely an improvement over stock, but not as loud as with the baffle out. So yeah, if you were worried about the noise level of the exhaust without the baffle, I think riding it with the baffle in would be perfectly fine. Okay, so let's go and take the baffle out and do a side-by-side comparison. Okay, so this is baffle out. Definitely much louder, but nice and pleasant. Thank you, sir. Sounds so good. So yeah, as I said previously, the sound has bedded in quite a bit. It's definitely not as loud and raspy as it was when I first installed it in the initial startup. So now that the matting inside the exhaust is burned in and settled, the sound is much smoother, much deeper, and the idle now is quite nice and normal. We're gonna race. See if I can maybe wheelie for him. So yeah, it sounds pretty sick. Nice pops. Oh shit, my lace. This is why you don't ride in shoes. Yes. So yeah, sounds good. Definitely much better, obviously, and it's not super loud. It's got that nice triple sound to it, nice racy sound. So yeah, if you are contemplating this exhaust, I would highly recommend it, especially if you have noise restrictions. Just take the baffle out, or just run it how I run it, straight out. It's got a great sound, great price. and yeah, I don't think you will be disappointed at all. And thanks for watching. Check you on the next one. Cheers.